speak about hackerspaces. We will tell you what it is also. But for now, I am Maxigas, and we are from the Hungarian Autonomous Center for Knowledge, which is abbreviated as HACK. And we are from Budapest. We have our website at asvp.org, and we have a profile on hackerspaces.org, which is the big hackerspaces website with all the hackerspaces that exist, and also the ones that will exist in the future. So even now you can start to register your own profile on hackerspaces.org and say that you will do a hackerspace. And you can find this presentation on the internet. Here is the address, it's the last blue line, maxigas.edu/hs. We prepared this together with our crew from Budapest, so we used IRC and a program called Etherpad, which is for collaborative text editing. And the presentation itself is in S5, which is a standard for making online presentations with the Python documentation language, which is called restructured text. It's a great thing, you should try it out. And yes, a lot of people have their little pieces in this presentation, and I think so. Hackerspaces. It started, I think, around 10 years ago, and now it's a big fashion thing. Everybody is creating their own spaces, and this is what we try to do in Budapest as well. Now there are 460 hackerspaces registered, so you can see. Basically, our ultimate goal is this is a map, and you can see each hackerspace with a little button there. So the goal is that we at the end we will not have to have the map, because the little buttons will draw out the map for us. So if we have a hackerspace in every city, then we don't need the map. There are many hackerspaces around here. I just collected some of them. There are hackerspaces in Pula, in Skopje, Novi Sad, Zagreb, Rijeka, Moravice, Kozani. So we were thinking about what about Sarajevo? So what is a hackerspace? It's just a space for hackers to come together and to socialize, and to meet each other in real life, not just through electronic channels. So it's very similar to this event, but it's not a common time when the people can meet, but it's a common space where people can meet and they know that they can find each other. It's a peer learning environment, so there are no teachers and no students. Everybody learns from each other. And I found out when I started to do some workshops there that actually when I try to teach something that I think I know, I learn a lot from teaching it as well. So it's also an infrastructure tool. Somebody said that it doesn't make sense for each person in the world to own a drill. It is better if only one person has a drill, puts it in hackerspace, and then everybody who needs a drill can find it there. So in our hackerspace we pulled together all our tools. So if somebody wants to do something, they just have to go there and they find everything that they need. It's also a workshop place. We will speak about a bit about some of the workshops that we do. But yeah, for example, we do things like this. People come and talk about stuff. But also we like to do workshops where we actually work, we create something. Hackerspaces have some usual tools. For example, 3D printers, laser cutters, CNC machines are usually found
tools
there. Yeah.
Because usual tool like a 3D printer or a laser cutter.
Yes, because they are not that expensive, but they are too expensive for one person to buy. So after you have 10 or 20 members, they can easily buy one. But actually we didn't buy one, we just get it for free from donation. We found out that once you start a hackerspace, there are many people coming and putting their resources into it. So this is what they call infrastructure-driven design. So we don't buy a laser printer because we want to do something with a laser printer. We buy a laser printer because it's a cool thing and we want to have it. And and after we have it, people find out what to do with it.
Actually, most of our tools are donations from persons, so it can be done without any money.
And there are many different kinds of hacking. There are food hackers, brain hackers, social hackers, and so on. So you don't have to confine yourself to computers and bits and robots. Yeah, who are the people in hackerspace? They do things that usually they don't know. So we don't really ask the questions when people come in. What do you know? What is your experience? Show me your CV and things like that. We ask, what do you want to learn? And I mean, this is the hacker attitude, that it doesn't matter what you know already. It matters that you are interested in technology. So if you would have to do something, you find out how to do it, and then you do it. Yes, it is enough to have one person who really knows something. For example, we have one person who is really into electronics, and then he made over a couple of months a course, and then we all learned about electronics, and now anybody in hackerspace can build circuits and so on, because if they don't know something, there is somebody to ask. So just having one person that has some skills actually puts the skill level of the whole group on that very similar level instantly. So what kind of people come to hackerspace? We have people who are unemployed, people who work as developers, who have their own security company and work as security consultants. We have punks and all kinds of people. So anybody can come who can contribute. So this sounds really open and egalitarian, but actually we have big problems with involving women, because all the people, I mean not all the people, but most of the people in hackerspace are men, and when women get into this environment, they find it very strange. And so it is very good if male people try to do everything to make women comfortable in their environment. So these are some of the spaces. There is C-Base in Berlin. There is Charlotte in Queen City in USA, Noisebridge in San Francisco, and Bromlab in Prague. This is not Bromlab, but this is people from Bromlab doing some laser on some building. Why is it good? It's good for fun and for profit. Actually, a lot of people work in companies and come to the hackerspace to work there, because if they have some problems, they just have to ask the question aloud, and then there will be somebody who answers. So it's even if you just have a company and want to work on a project, it's a kind of efficient space to be, because you can get instant feedback and instant help from other people. And it's about sharing and doing. You can share knowledge and do activism. We have many projects going on, and some of them are socially engaged projects. For example, we are monitoring what is happening in Brussels. We write little spiders that gather information about all the members of the European Parliament and rate them according to their coolness. And now we are at this level when the Green, the Green Coalition had a meeting in the European Parliament, and they were speaking about how to improve their scores in our system, because it is not good for their marketing strategy to be bad. And also now we are here to help investigative journalists to gather information. And so hackerspace is also good for learning new skills and using all the tools that we already described. And basically when people come in, they often ask what to do there, but it's better to come to the hackerspace saying, okay, I have a crazy idea, I want to build a robot, but I don't know how to do it, and then people will instantly try to, this is a better way to come to say that I want to do something that I don't know, than to say, okay, I'm just interested to see what is going on here, you know? Because if you say something concrete, then the people can say, okay, take this soldering iron, do this design of circuit, and then you will have a robot. It's also a place to hang out. I think that our biggest achievement so far in our own hackerspace is that people come there every day. So you can really check, you can even check on the website if the space is open or not, and then you can go there and just hang out with the people. Yeah, and you can hack the world as well. Basically, these hackerspaces now are going from one hackerspace to the other. We were inspired by people from Vienna, so we did it in Budapest. Then we inspired people in Bratislava, so they did it in Bratislava. They inspired people in Prague, and so now there is Bromlab in Prague. The Cult of Dan Manifesto is our development methodology, and you can read it. It's very long actually. It's more than what fits into this slide. But basically it says that, also we say in another slide, I think that when in doubt, do it. It doesn't matter, you don't have to think about an idea for months. You just start to do something that works and that embarrasses you, and you don't want to show it to other people, but you already have something. So the next day you wake up, you think, okay, I really have this project, but it's not really working, so I have to fix it. And then you spend days fixing it, and finally you have something that you are okay to show to other people, and then maybe other people will finally make it perfect. You never have to aim for perfect. This is the lesson. Ah, yeah, this is a poster with the cubes. How is it called? Rubik's cubes, no?
Yeah.
So we really Hungarian thing, but we don't understand this picture. Arduino is one of the tools that we use. I don't know how many people know Arduino here.
I heard about it.
So it's basically an optimized. It's a programmable microcontroller. Yeah. It's for rapid prototyping. So it means that it has a lot of inputs and outputs. You can write it to programs and make it control basically any stuff you want. It is not that efficient. And professional people always say that it's really shitty and it is just for artists because they don't know anything about technology. But if you want to put together something that works, then first you can try with Arduino, and if you have more energy, then later you can design a special circuit that does exactly what you need and does only that thing. Yeah, it has many different forks because it's open hardware, so actually you can just download the Arduino specification and design the circuit yourself, make all the little components yourself, and put one Arduino together. But you can also order it, and it's quite cheap. This is how it looks like in different colors. There's also a smaller version if you need it for some portable projects. It's called Sanguino. There's a round one if you want to make designer clothes that look cool. It is round, so it looks better. And now this is about our hackerspace. Okay, maybe can I have a cigarette and can you talk? Because I'm
You took it some from there.
Okay, we need a volunteer.
There's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
The best thing that I can say.
Bom.
No.
No. He wants me to speak.
I'm shy actually.
Okay, so we founded our hackerspace in 2009. We have 3 rooms and a terrace. It's great. We have around 12 members who pay membership fees, but actually we don't know how many people pay and how much they pay. The only thing that we check is that if it is enough for the rent or not. And at the moment it's enough for the rent, so we don't really ask questions about people, how much they pay, when they pay, if they paid, and so on. Because it seems that the system just works, and if it works, there is no need to fix it.
So actually rent the space.
We rent the space. For the first year, we rented it for, I remember it was 0 forints, but after that they wanted some contract, and then we had some negotiation, and now we have to pay something.
Actually, our space is on the first floor of a pub, and at the first year the pub is not really going, so we haven't to pay, but now it's very frequented place, so we have to pay to stay there.
Okay.
this is how it is. When they didn't have money, they didn't ask us to pay money, but now that they have a lot of money,
But you could just say that you brought the customers in, so people coming here for the hack club, not for the pub.
yeah, this is something that we didn't say in the presentation, but we have actually, yes, we have many visitors. Also from Pirate Party, and this guy from San Francisco Hack Club, Mitch Altman, was there making workshops. We had a workshop done by people. We had a lockpicking workshop, our favorite. When people who won the lockpicking championship in Germany came, and they made a 90-minute presentation about lockpicking, also showing in practice how to pick the locks. And then people liked it so much that they wanted another track, so they made a 30-minute presentation about how to open the handcuffs. And then they had a lot of chains with them, so they chained everybody together and put the locks, so the people could practice or have to practice.
Now you can make our own picks too. So
yeah, if you come to Budapest, you can make your own picks, or we can send you some. It's really easy. You have to make it from the, what is it? This thing that the wind cleaner of the car. This is the best material for lockpicks, and then you just have to how is it? To modify the shape of it, and then with 2 of these picks you can open, they said, 60% of the locks on the market.
Okay. Basically, it's based on the membership fee. Make sure that you have enough for the rent.
They showed us
Exactly.
different
What about the
how easy
materials
the types,
Yeah.
sometimes
We will speak
open.
about
Here's Ariana.
A few months ago. But they didn't lockpick, they just used the hammer.
Yeah, it's very straightforward.
Yeah, brute force methods are also This is our space.
One of her former member, Pepe.
He's coming back actually.
Yeah, in a few
In a
months.
few months. This is our beautiful space. You can see it's a lot of bricks in one big pile because we had a wall.
Yeah, we had more room and we want one big room, so we just kick
Smashed
out
all
the
of your
walls.
walls.
Yes.
It's a kind of reverse engineering, but we couldn't put it in.
Боже, то лежу.
This is the final form for Hackerspace.
This is how it usually looks like. Boring male white people in front of computers. With legs.
So you have one big room and many tables? Or
We have one big room and a kitchen, and a small room for smokers and drug users and things like that, and a terrace for hanging out in the summer. This is the terrace, and this is one of our coolest members. Maybe you can recognize the hat. We have a hardware and software project. So now we're gonna say there is Burn Station, which is a kiosk. We made it from a shopping trolley. We put a computer inside, and we made a touchscreen. And it's filled up with music that is licensed under Creative Commons. And then people can, it's like a jukebox, people can put together their music that they like and then burn it to a CD or maybe copy it to USB if Potato finishes the USB support. And there is Hacksense, it's a little button that when you come in you push it, and then it changes one picture on the website to say that the space is open so people can come. It puts the subject line in the IRC to say that the space is open. It sends updates to Twitter feed. It sends SMSs to people. It puts it in a database for analysis for later. And that's a big button.
There's another button, the Accents 2.2, sorry, which is actually just a joke we made with my friend Eskimo. It's only just a button with a little 7-segment display which shows a 0 or 1 that we are in or not. So.
But it's great because people always come and in front of the door you have this switch and it says 0 or 1 and they switch it, and it says 0 or 1. So they ask, what is it doing? And we say, yes, it does 0 or 1.
Yeah. People
You
always
already
play
understood.
with it, so just pushing the button very rapidly and what is it? So, and in the future plans, we have that we put there 2 mirrors, so you can see the 0 or 1 from space on Google Maps. Okay, that's our hex spiral actually, which is generated from the data when we was open, when we were not. Here are 0 a.m., here are 0 or 12 a.m.
This is a big clock, basically, a 24-hour clock.
Yeah.
The green is open and then the red is closed.
Yes.
Smart, nice.
And you can see the optimum time to come in is 6 p.m. It's almost every time open.
So if you don't want to check the Twitter feed, you don't want to check IRC, you don't want to check website, but you want to know in a statistical scientific basis when do you want to come in when other people are there, you can have a kind of analysis and you can see it's 6 o'clock.
Je bez državne institucije za ove. Je bez
Yeah,
državne institucije za ove.
because we have some days which we call a hackathon, when people subscribe to different projects, what they will do, and we come in and we finish.
Awesome.
Make something that works.
Try logging something.
Usually it's
Sometimes it takes a long time. But we
24
will speak
hours
about
or
this
so.
problem as well, you know?
Yeah. Hack2O, it's actually an automated irrigation system which made from an old scanner with an Arduino. The scanner motor brings up a little tube, and because the water tank are higher than the tube, the water comes out, and only living flower is fed by this device.
Jogo. Možda vi možete
This is
tako
burn
reći.
station that we already described. This is burn station. There was an exhibition for the, I think, copyright is 60
Moj
years old.
kralj,
or
znaš
maybe
ti
100
gdje
years
su
old, I don't
Čuljanić?
know. I think it was 100 years old, no?
Pošto bi ove odležao.
100 years old. So for this exhibition we made the burn station, and then also we took it to
Ti
different
bi
conferences
čekaj
and
mi
so on.
mađarski.
And I think it's a
Ne
very
bi ja
successful
dao.
project in two
Vrijedi.
senses. First, it was
Sve
our
sam rekao.
project that we were working on it for some months, and when people came in and they wanted to do something, we could always say, okay, you can work on the burn station, because for example it has a lot of LEDs all around. So even if you don't know anything about anything, you can solder a LED. And then, for example, people from the European Parliament came and wanted to do something, so they could solder in some LEDs, and then they contributed something to the freedom of the world.
Znaš kako kod nas parlamentarci došli.
Ja. Tu se vas
Another
sjetio.
project.
Ma bi došlo. Ako ima džaba hapa,
It draws, it uses
normalno. Jak će se pikat odvojeni život.
uses batteries that are already unusable, that don't work in any machine, but there is a special way to wire them up so that you can draw the last energy from the battery. And with this you can light a LED for maybe some days, but also we made ones that were working for weeks. And this is also something that we make in a kit. So if somebody comes in, wants to do some cool things, it is made from 5 different pieces, so it's very easy to show them what to do. And in half an hour they created something that they like, and that really inspired them to learn more and to go.
The most surprising thing was that 2 girls came in, 16 years old maybe, with big nails and with fancy costumes and so on, and they took 2 intuitive kits and put together in 1.5 hours, and it worked. And we just wanted the big nails and soldering and all the stuff, and they did it.
Alright, so we get down to the specification of hackerspace. Actually there's a science of doing hackerspace. It's not very difficult, but the people who started the movement worked on design patterns. Design pattern is made up of 2 parts. One is a problem and one is a solution. So if you encounter a problem in a hackerspace, You can look at design patterns and probably it will tell you a solution. There are many different patterns. We just describe a few. Probably I will not speak about all of these because they are not. Well, most important is the pattern of 2 + 2 = 10. It means that for starting a hackerspace, you need 2 people who want to start a hackerspace. So if you want to have a hackerspace, first you have to try to find another person and get the other person really enthusiastic about hackerspace. And if you are 2, you can find 2 other people, and then you are already 4. And with the 4 people, then it will be really easy to get 10 people, and with 10 people you can start a hackerspace. The other thing we already described, the hackerspace have to be self-sustained. So all the money that is necessary for running the space have to come from members. And then there can be sponsorship and donations and commercial projects and anything that you like. You can have grants and all sorts of things. But just for having the space, it's the best if you are autonomous and you can pay yourself. Because then nobody can say that you are soldiers of somebody else, and also you don't have to worry about other people's decisions about your life. Tuesday pattern is very interesting. It is one solution to the question of deciding on which day to have a meeting. Because all the weekdays are always sucking for somebody, so you can have discussions for days and days on which day to meet, and in this case you meet on Tuesday and the problem is solved. Open chaos pattern just says that you can have some open days when you don't plan what is happening, you just document what happened before, and you invite people to come and do something interesting. And then you don't have to plan too much, you can just work on your projects and involve other people, but it's one way to be open to the world and to draw in new members. Okay, I think the other ones are not that interesting. The club matter pattern we will describe in detail. And the last one is, yes, when you cannot decide what to do, then, you cannot decide how to do something, just start to do it, and then the rest will follow. Okay, the club matter design pattern, the problem is that you need to raise funds, you want to stay up in the night, and as you see in the hackathon, when the sand spiral is going around, and you want to have good impressions without drugs. In this case, this is the marketing. You have to buy Club Matter. You buy at least a pallet of Club Matter and sell it in your hackerspace, and then you will realize the results very soon.
You will realize.
How it looks like. We came with 40 bottles here to work. And at home we have much more. So you can find us on all different communication channels. You can find this on the web, so I won't tell you all the addresses now. Basically, if you write to the IRC channel and you wait half an hour, at any point in the day or night, you can find somebody who answers.
Okay, now what is a clubmate or club matter?
It's this drink. It's
from drink.
Mate tea. They drink it instead of coffee in
Looks
South
like
America.
Beer, so
and it doesn't have any alcohol in it. It is quite natural, and it does have this mate extract.
Yeah, and actually it has the most perfect ratio of sugar and caffeine. The lot of caffeine and not so lot sugar. So if you drink a lot of Club Mate, you can get fat.
So this is our final message, just fucking do it. This is a picture from our opening party. This is people from Vienna from Metal Lab who inspired us, and this is 2 of our members who were inspired. And I think that's it. I think we lost some message somewhere that first, yes, first you have to do your own hackerspace. This is one thing, but there is something more important. You have to make an opening party and invite us.
This is the most important.
Right.
Okay.
That's good.
Thank you very much. That was it.
If you have any questions, then
Thank
you can.
you.
Yes, we have some presents.
Oh yes.